Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart. Kelly in Vegas on Twitter, joined by Gianni the Greek at Greek_Gambler. Too many G's for me to say in a row. And Preston at Sports Cheetah. Make sure you give both these guys a nice follow. Preston, I'm going to start with you. Chicago Bears -3 at the Miami Dolphins. The whole world knows by now, because I made it very well known on Twitter, how upset I was with the Miami Dolphins blowing that 6.5-point cover. I didn't care if they won the game, but for the love of God, did you really need to make that last mistake, Ryan Tannehill?
I didn't end up having action. Was it 2 defensive touchdowns for Cincinnati and then 1 at the end that got them the cover?
Yeah, it was
that's rough. Yeah.
It was really rough, and it's okay. So we're going to move forward this week, but here I am as a glutton for punishment. I'm looking to back Miami again. Why? The look-ahead line over at our buddies at the Westgate, Miami -1 on Saturday. The Chicago Bears team, I get it. Good team. Looked really good going to the bye against Tampa Bay. Talk to me about your thoughts on this one.
This is a really interesting dynamic because for I guess as far as winning teams go, Miami's 3-2. They're my worst rated winning team in the NFL. I think they're my 5th lowest rated team in the NFL. But they're 3-2 though. They're -18 point differential. They're 21st in offensive efficiency, 18th in defensive efficiency. They're not that good, but they have 3 wins. So normally they're a team that I'd be looking to maybe be overvalued in the market. But it's actually the opposite. 2 weeks ago, they were extremely overvalued. They were only +6.5 in New England. And I bet the Patriots, I thought that should have been closer to double digits. Now, because they blew a lead against Cincinnati, they're getting it open 2, but 3 points at home, which I think has now kind of gone to the other side where there's actually some value on Miami. Now, my buy point's +3.5. My raw number's +0.8. And Chicago's coming off of a bye, and a road bye is worth a little over a point. So I think 2 where it opened was basically spot on. But if they got up over, and got a hook on a flat +3.5, potentially down the road, right now I know it's more of like juiced 3s on the Chicago side. That's going to be something I'm going to have to look at. And like you said, I actually didn't even know until you mentioned it that Miami was just -1 last week at Westgate. So, I mean, blowing a lead to Cincinnati, is that really worth a 4.5 point swing? Probably not. That's just an overreaction. So it's Miami or nothing at this point.
All right, VR, your thoughts on this game. I'm not so sold that the bye weeks are a good thing early in the season. I think sometimes it can kill a team's momentum, and I'm really, really hoping, I'm looking for any reason to back Miami here, and so I'm hoping that the Bears kind of have a slow start, at least in the first half in this one.
I think with the bye week, you have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. With some teams, you need to get healthy. With other teams, like you said, you have so much momentum. The last thing you want to do is break that momentum and that routine, that whatever they're doing that's working. With that said, in this spot, you have a contrast of Miami looking as bad as possible last week, blowing that lead. On the flip side, you have the Bears coming off their last game, a 48-10 win against Tampa Bay, where they look like they could do nothing wrong. I mean, here's a Chicago team that offensively is just doing everything right. They're rushing the ball 29 times per game, 4.2 yards per rush average. They're throwing the ball around 32 times per game, so you have that perfect balance right down the middle of passing and running at 6.8 yards per attempt. So their offense has been great. And the problem with Miami has been their defense. Bottom 5 last year, points allowed. Here they are again, allowing 28.3 points per game in their last 3. It's tough to cover when you're giving that many points up. If Miami opened where that look ahead was, I think the right play here would have been Bears teased up, getting them at plus points. If they open 1, you could get it 1.5, get it up to that 7.5 range. I think then I'd be looking at the Bears. But here I agree with you. Based on the look ahead and where the line sits now, line values on Miami, it just scares me to take a team like Miami where, like Preston said, they're his worst undefeated team. They're playing home. There's a slight advantage there. It's just hard for me to get behind this Miami team. Again, I agree. That's where the line value is. Line value doesn't guarantee you anything in the short term, only guarantees long-term success. But I do think you're getting the best of it with Miami here. I haven't made a bet yet.
All right, guys, good stuff from both of you. I still don't know if I'm going to have the guts to play Miami or not, but make sure you guys like and share all of our videos. Want to share some of your thoughts on a game, give us some feedback or suggest a video, leave a comment below, and also be eligible to get a free week of service.